executives all the time, right? And what they're saying is that we don't have enough information to make those decisions. Like, we don't know what to choose, what type of product, what type of what works with our existing stack. What do we do with this stack once we adopt AI? What type of AI? What should AI do? What's our level of involvement? So I think that leads to a very strong case to be made that the prop tech companies aren't spending enough time to educate the buyer. And I will say this, it's kind of like there's two different situations. First of all, you have the situation with a very large operator, right? Top 50 management company, that most of those companies have a chief technology officer, right? That oversees technology. However, this person is not really like an AI expert. To my knowledge, most of the ones that I know, what I've seen or what I heard talking, they're experts in something else, systems, hardware, other things, right? So they're looking at the overall tech stack, but they're not experts in AI. This could change, or probably in some companies might have changed already, but as a general rule, that's not the case. So then, how do we, how do you actually educate that particular role to better understand what is that the direction they gotta take? And then you have the smaller companies, they can't afford to hire a chief technology officer. They don't even have that. And there's like various people in the organization going on their own, trying to do research. Chief, CEO, the COO of the company, and a couple of others. They might have like a director of technology, but nothing that, no one that's, I'll say, qualified as an expert in this technology. So in my mind, how can we expect them to embrace technology and actually make an educated decision in purchasing and adopting new technology if there's not enough information out there for them to kind of like to educate themselves and understand what they're buying and how that's going to work and affect their organization?